can smell Fisherman's toast! The aroma is coming from Good Hunter! A thick slice of soft white toast, topped with a generous serving of onion slices lightly caramelized by the toasting. Yum, yum!
Welcome to Nerd's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Fisherman's toast, Paimon's favorite from Genshin Impact. With a recipe with such low ingredients, I prefer to make my own tomato sauce. So we're gonna start by pouring some olive oil into our pan. Now you can obviously skip this step and not make your own tomato sauce, but I think it really spices things up and adds an extra texture to our food. To the pot we're going to be adding 1 carrot diced. To our pan we're going to be adding 1 diced onion, chopped finely, and 2 stalks of celery, minced finely. Once we've added all of the ingredients, we're going to be mixing this all and cooking it on medium-low heat. Should be around 15 minutes until all of the onions gotten just a little bit of golden color on them. You don't want to burn it, you want to just lightly sweat the vegetables. 15 minutes later you'll end up with this beautiful golden color on your vegetables. With this we're going to be adding minced garlic and cooking it for just 1 minute, no more. You don't want to burn your garlic. Garlic is a very fragile sort of vegetable. To that you want to add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. This is gonna give a strong fragrance of tomato to your mixture. You want to mix it for around half a minute together, see that the color spreads all over the vegetables. Now look at that beautiful red color spreading through our vegetable. The smell in the kitchen is out of this world, one of the many advantages of cooking your own tomato sauce. Now of course we can't forget our favorite spices, salt and pepper, so we're going to be adding 2 pinches of salt and a tiny bit of pepper to our mixture. And now onto our tomato sauce. We're adding 400 grams of diced or crushed tomatoes, or around 5 medium-sized tomatoes to our pan. They all should be crushed or diced very finely. The moment you see the mixture bubbling, it means you should lower down the fire down to the lowest option. We don't want to burn our sauce. To this we're gonna be adding 1 cup of water. Now the water adds a little bit and makes our sauce a little liquidy, which we need. On top of that we're adding half a teaspoon of sugar to offset the acidity and a cup of parsley. Mixing this entire mixture together, we crush in the vegetables and let it sit for at least 30 minutes up to an hour. 30 minutes later you'll end up with this beautiful, amazingly smelling sauce. However, I still think it's a little chunky, so optionally you can mash it with your potato masher or get yourself a hand blender. Both would do. It depends on how mushy or liquidy you want your sauce to end up. Mine ended up still slightly mushy but also liquidy, and in my opinion it's the best version since you still feel the little bits of vegetables that are inside the tomato sauce and truly enjoy the mixture and the homemade feeling of all of these tasty vegetables that were put into this tomato sauce. But now with the tomato sauce ready, let's move on to our onions. Now in a large pan we fill with cooking oil. We're going to prep our onions, which are sliced into rings. Now this method is very important and you should follow it step by step if you want to get the perfectly caramelized onions. First of all, crack the heat down to the lowest possible. If you cook it on anything higher, you'll end up with burnt onions, and nobody likes that. Now I would say cook it for 30 minutes, but obviously the science behind caramelized onions is very dependent. It depends on the humidity, depends on the sort of onions you have, it depends on the heat, it depends on everything. So you want to cook it, stir it occasionally, and constantly look at them and see. You want to see that nothing is going bad with them, that they are perfectly caramelizing and not burning. I'll be showing you all the steps of our onions and how they caramelize. This is 10 minutes later. You can see them gathering just a little bit of golden color. And this is another 10 minutes later. Our onion is getting a real beautiful color. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? And just a few more minutes and we're gonna have the perfect caramelized onion. Now at this point I would suggest dropping just a bit of sprinkles of water. It would help gathering the beautiful color that is built up in the bottom of our pan. Now 10 minutes later, past our 30-minute mark, we have this beautiful caramelized onion. Just look at it. If you could only smell the smell that's coming from this kitchen. These golden beautiful onions caramelized to perfection. And now onto our final ingredient. In a small pan we're going to be melting a small piece of butter. You're gonna melt it all through and through, but do not burn it. Then we're gonna take our loaf and slice a thick slice of loaf and toast it in the butter, giving it this incredible toasty feeling that later on would go amazingly with the rest of our sauces and onions. Around half a minute on each side should do to make the perfect toast. And look at that! Isn't it just beautiful, perfectly caramelized butter on top of our toast, ready to serve? Onto our assembly table we go. We start by covering our toast with our homemade tomato sauce, gently scooping about 2 teaspoons of it. And we move on to our caramelized onions. Look how beautiful they are. We top that on top of our toast, and just to end it off, we're gonna add 1 parsley on top. Now despite this looking amazing, I wanted to taste test it. After all, it was the infamous meal from Good Hunter. And to tell you the truth, I was positively surprised. This recipe is not only beautiful looking and simple, the taste is incredible and out of this world. And for this, I have to quote the best girl.
It's so delicious! Hum, hum, hum.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and turn on notification. I'm going to be uploading more videos of this type of different foods from games and shows. And I'll see you next time.